All right, big up the account holder for fuck's sake. He's got 50 Cent's picture as his profile picture. He sent this video to a few of my accounts and someone else even tagged me in this video. So, you know, people want me to react to it, so that's what I'm going to do. I've watched it for the first 10 seconds, so I'm like, yeah, this is a video that's definitely worth a JY's reaction. Let's go.
Homeowner mortgages are one of the biggest scams of the 21st century. I see so many young people say, oh, I'm in my 20s and I'm a homeowner. If you've got a mortgage, you don't own shit. All you've done is took out a 30-year loan, and the lender makes it very clear that they own it. And if you miss a few payments, see what happens. They'll take it straight off you.
This is just someone who obviously doesn't own their own property, obviously doesn't believe in mortgages. Like, I don't understand why people have beef with mortgages. Like, the fact that you make video, like, I don't make videos on videos about trading and that. And when I do speak about trading, I'm just saying that, yo, I don't want young people to think to themselves, bun college, bun university, I'm just going to trade. I say to the young people, if you want to do trading and that, do it on the side. But get yourself an education, get yourself a skill, get yourself a trade. If you want to try it on the side, cool. But don't make that your full-time thing. Do like have a proper full-time job, because obviously you've got a good skill, education or career and education or trade and that, and then do the trading thing on the side. Because if it don't work, then you got a proper career to fall back on. But I won't be making videos solely saying like, don't do trading at all. You know what I mean? Yeah, just do it on the side. Try it on the side, man. But don't make it a full-time thing. But I don't understand why people got beef with mortgages, man.
Next 30 years, you end up paying 2 to 3 times what the house is worth.
Why I am not buying a house. Buying a house is the biggest waste of money I'm gonna break it down for you right now. This right here is probably gonna be one of my most controversial videos, but stick with me. And there's 2 angles I'm gonna hit this from. One is the cost angle.
Fam, I don't care what this guy's got to say, because if I stop buying properties as of today, it's the 1st of June 2025, yeah? If I stop buying properties as of today, in 20 years, my properties combined will be all over £1 million. I'll be able to sell them all off and have £1 million. It will be more. It will be more. Literally, my properties will be worth, I don't know, maybe 2 million or something like that in the next 20 years. If I was to sell them off, they'll be worth £1 million. Literally. 2 million.
That's the opportunity angle. Let's say you bought a house in one of the more affordable areas in or around London. That house costs you £350,000. You put down a 10% deposit of 35k, so all the upfront now, yeah, you're down 35k. But you still owe £300,000. After you pay that £300,000, you still got to pay £236,000 in interest. So you're paying almost £600,000 on a home that only costs you £350,000. On top of that, you're tied to monthly payments for 25 years. I'm 25 years old, so you're tied to monthly payments for my lifetime. We're not even done there, because that 35k you're spending on the deposit, that's not even the only cost.
Blood. In life, you always have to pay for something. It doesn't matter if you're financially free. You always have to pay for something. In your life, you will always have to pay for gas, water and electric. Then you don't have to, but then you won't have no gas, water and electric. You're always going to have something that you have to pay for. You could be Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or Donald Trump or Alan Sugar. They still have to pay their gas, water and electric. That's until the day they die, yeah? You're still going to have to pay interest to the day you die. You're always going to have to pay something.
So you still got to pay legal fees, mortgage fees, valuation fees, moving costs, home insurance, you've got furniture property. So that 35k could very easily be up to 50k just before you've even moved into the house. Let alone the mad interest going to pay on that house, and also the long loan. But here's what I'm renting. Me personally, that 35, 40...
It's not, because obviously he said like, you pay like 236,000 in interest. You don't pay 236,000 in interest. There's a little bit at the bottom of not just the mortgage offer, but it's the illustration, and it says, if you was to stay on this product for the lifetime, yeah, you would pay 236,000 in this case. It's not that, because that's taking into account you being on the standard variable. Nobody goes on the standard variable for the rest of their mortgage term and that. People always change product and that. So you don't pay 236,000 on top of X amount. Let's say it was a 350 grand property in that. You won't pay 236,000 in interest. That's bullshit, man. They got it mixed up.
50k you're spending on your deposit to move into your house that you might even like, it's not your dream home. I can use that money to focus on getting rich. That's what you call opportunity cost. You're spending almost £300,000 a year on interest. What interest means is interest is literally money from thin air. So you're spending £300,000 a year on basically nothingness. That £300,000.
Right, I'll ask you lot this question right now, yeah? So this guy's 25. Do you know what? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say he's got a little business and that. Whose position would you rather be in? Would you rather be in my position with 6 properties, knowing that even if you stopped buying properties today, in 20 years' time, you're going to have at least £1 million worth of equity. If you sold all your properties, you'll have £1 million. It'll be more than that. It'll be like £2 million in cash, yeah, if you sold all your properties. Would you rather be in my position or be in this guy's position? Put down in the comment section below, please.
Pound here, if you put to good use here, if you invest in the right investment, you could literally be rich. So the opportunity costs here of buying a house are insane. Because you're putting so much money into something that could be used to make you lots of money in other areas. And now, let's look at the other end of the stick. Freedom. We are so lucky right now, yeah, to live in a time right now where the world is truly global. I've got friends here that have moved to Thailand, that have moved to Dubai.
I knew you say move to Dubai. Obviously. So this is one of these youths who are very like pretentious and that they want to live that Instagram lifestyle, probably sitting in the Mercedes or something like that.
America, making money in Dubai. You might get a job offer, your dream job offer in Dubai. You might get your dream job offer in Colombia.
And what he's going to say is, oh, you can't just up sticks and move. Yes, you can. Because you see your house that you live in, you can get consent to lease. So you can rent out that property. Why do these guys seem to think that when you take out a property, when you take out a mortgage and you got your own home, you've got this chain connected to this massive ball and you can't move, like an anchor just weighing you down? You can get consent to let, you know. You can get consent to lease from the lender, i.e. Halifax, Santander or Nationwide. And you can move. I don't understand. They just come up with every excuse not to get on the property ladder and that. And this is a coping mechanism. This is why you see so many people making these videos about property and mortgages. Because they know they can't get a property or a mortgage. You never see anyone else making any videos apart from anything else. Because every other thing is easily accessible. It's difficult to get a mortgage. You need to have your credit on point. You need to be able to save up for that deposit. You have to have your finances in order and that. Yeah, you can't be blacklisted because you've done some fraud 6 years ago and that. These that will come up with every excuse not to get on the property ladder because they can't. Every and anyone can start a fucking business, but not every and anyone can get on a property ladder. Not every and everyone can get a mortgage. Any idiot can start a lemonade business today. Any jackass can start a cleaning business today. That is the bottom of the barrel, starting a cleaning business.
You might hate the UK and want to move to Dubai for a year or Colombia for a year. You might want to travel to New Zealand. We live a time now, yeah, where you can actually make money anywhere in the world. Whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's content creation, whether it's remote working. Opportunity is truly global. Why do you want to be pinned down, yeah, to Barking or Dagenham, where you can go and experience life now, yeah, meet new people, find love, grow a business in so many different countries in the world. I know you lot are thinking, oh yeah, I could buy a home, I could sell it. This isn't eBay, you know. It takes about 6 months to sell your home, on average. It could be...
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I would hate to sell a house. Not because it's anything to do with the property or the mortgage. There's one thing in the equation that is highly unpredictable and stupid, and that is a human fucking being. Do you know how many times, yeah, nowadays will have clients that will be like, I'm pulling out of the property purchase because, yeah, I just don't think this is the right time. Or, do you know what, yeah, I don't think this is going to be my dream home and that. So I would hate to sell a property because I just don't like dealing with people. I don't like dealing with people. To be fair, I'm kind of sick of dealing with these stupid ass tenants as well. Obviously, I've got good tenants and that. But a lot of tenants are very flaky and they're entitled and that. They get on my nerves. I just don't like people in general and that. But yeah, selling a property would be a fucking nightmare.
Much longer. Also think, if your house, something goes wrong in your home now, yeah, and you're buying it, you've got to pay to fix it. If you're renting somewhere now, yeah, they pay to fix that. If I'm living somewhere and I'm not happy with it, or I want to move somewhere nicer, I want to be able to pack up my bags and go somewhere else here with freedom, without thinking, oh, I got to wait 6 months to sell my home. Time is also money. You might not have 6 months. You might have a mad job offer for you, waiting for you in Dubai, and you can't go because you got to sell your home first. When in reality, the person that's renting, they could be like, yep, I'm off to Dubai for my dream job offer. It's quick, it's smooth. Time is money. We live in a world now where you need to be flexible.
Do you know what I want to ask you lot watching this right now? Let's say you're 25, 30 years old. How many of you lot have had an opportunity come up where you need to up sticks and leave? Doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter where you're going. How many of you lot have had that opportunity come up? A lot of these people go off ifs and buts and maybes and likelihoods. Yo, just like people say, you need 6 to 12 months worth of salary as living expenses. So for example, let's say your salary is $2,000. They say, you should have 6 to 12 months worth in savings. So you should have $2,000 times 6 months, which is 12, or $2,000 times 12 months, which is 24 in savings. When was the last time in the last 5 years you needed 5-6 grand, in an emergency? You never need that sort of money, I haven't. I've needed maybe $2,000, Like obviously I had the money, but what I'm saying is like my boiler broke down, so I had to pay like $2,000 or something like that. I can't remember how much it was. Yeah, about $2,000, because I think the boiler was 1,200 and the installation was about 600. So yeah, call it $2,000. That was the last time I needed some money. Obviously, I had the money anyway. I didn't need to borrow it. But what I'm saying is that's the last time something popped up where I needed a decent amount of money to pay for something and that. So a lot of these people go off ifs, buts, maybes and that. It's bullshit. When was the last time a job opportunity came up? Or it don't even have to be you. What about one of your people then? Let's expand this thing. Let's take it out further. When was the last time one of your people then needed to just up sticks and leave for an opportunity in that?
Me personally, all the money that I would have used to buy a home in London or the UK, I'm using to make me rich. And I'm not buying a house here until I'm rich. That's my focus. My focus, as a young person right now, my focus is on maximizing my spending power and on maximizing my enjoyment and my freedom. The money that I could have used here to buy a home in Dagenham and Barking, I'm using to upskill myself, to learn things, to travel, to meet new people, experience new cultures. That's what I'd rather spend £300,000 on.
Yeah, so it's a joke, man. Yeah. So basically what he's saying is he just wants to have fun. Learn new things, experience new cultures, meet new people. Yeah, complete jolting.
On interest for a house here that I don't even like. When I'm rich and I'm already well on the track to get there, then I can think about buying my dream home. My dream home, not a yard that I don't really like that much, in an area that I don't like that much. So right now, my focus, my resources that could have gone towards a house is going towards me traveling, meeting new people, learning, upskilling myself, and becoming very successful. At the end of the day,
Yeah, basically wasting his time, wasting his money, traveling, meeting. Bro, when someone talks about traveling, they just want to just do bullshit. Bullshit. I would love to see where this youth's going to be in 7 years' time when he's my age. I guarantee you, he ain't going to have the same net worth as me. I promise you. He's just coping with the fact that, he ain't got nothing going for him at the moment.
Times have changed. 50 years ago, where you can buy a house for 30k and that's it, I would say different buy a house. Now, we're spending 500k here to buy a house here that you don't even like that much. That isn't even your dream home. It makes no sense. Time has changed. Back in the day, buying a house, of course, 10k deposit, the house will worth 30k. Within a couple of years, you own a home. That don't work no more. You're putting down a mad deposit and waiting 30 years to even own that property. Even when you own it, that isn't liquid cash. That's just what the property is actually worth. So you can't even get that money now until you sell it. So in reality, just focus on, creating something that's going to make you a lot of money, that's going to make you wealthy. So here's why I'm not buying a house. And here's a list of some very wealthy people that rented for a long time.
Right, and he's talking about, even if the property is worth X, Y, Z and that, you can't get the money until you sell it. But you can take out loans against it, So if you needed 50 grand, you can borrow 50 grand against the property and that. No one can come up with anything to do with mortgages or property and that I ain't going to have a rebuttal to or I ain't going to have an answer for.
And before they actually bought their home, Kylie Jenner.
Bro, you're talking about this guy, is putting up people who are not business people. These are just people who fucking are basically high paid. What did Kevin Samuels call them? basically high paid actors or whatever and that, yeah? Like they're just entertainers, sorry, highly paid entertainers. Kylie Jenner, Justin Bieber, Kendall Jenner, Madonna. Name me some fucking business people. Where's Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, or Donald Trump? I want to see their name up there.
She wanted flexibility. While she built her brand, yeah, she was renting. Justin Bieber, rented. Kendall Jenner. These guys were...
He put up 3 women and 1 man, but all of them are fucking feminine. 3 women, 1 man, but all 4 of them are fucking feminine.
renting homes out, yeah, in beautiful areas whilst they built their brands. You hear people
You know
say...
what, it's so crazy, yeah, that an individual go out of their way. That's how you know, yeah, they have a deep-rooted issue with mortgages, yeah? The fact that they will go out of their way to research famous rich people who didn't bother to buy a property. Why have you got the time to be even doing that sort of research? That's how you know these individuals have an issue with mortgages. The fact that they're doing their research on people that did not bother to buy a property.
Samuel Leeds, he's a property investor. He says here that he does not rent, so he does not buy, he rents. You got people like Grant Cardone, billionaire, talking about why you should rent and not buy. These are...
Yeah, I understand, yeah, that Samuel Leeds, the house that he lives in, he doesn't own it. I think I did see a video about that. But this guy still owns over 100 properties. What? Okay, so he doesn't want to own the home that he lives in, but he still owns properties via mortgages.
Very successful people now, yeah, that are renting, follow the blueprint.
Mortgages are one of the
Yeah. All right, man. I've said enough in this video, boy. You lot can do what you want to do. Who would you rather trade places with? Would you rather trade places with me or him? Where's this youth gonna be in 7 years' time when he's 32? Yeah? He ain't gonna be at the same level as me. I promise you, I guarantee you. Anyway, man, that's it for today, man. Stay wise. Ton, though.